Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This from my city, yeah, this from my team. If you talking, it's hard to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, champion. The game is in trouble. I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle. I got it for real. Still keep me going. I wake up and hustle. You won't see me buckle. I've been in the field. Man of the town. You been in your fields. I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty. Either that or your tragedy. We shutting everything down. I've been hot like somebody put a candle on them. Off top, I don't really stand opponents. This mine. The moment is run out and start a bunch of pandemonium. More game, I got some. The skill is by one. Y'all done. The game in the coffin. Referee screen.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining One Ass Cheek, Three Toes. How are you doing today, gentlemen? We got the Mad Yinser, Nate the Great, and look at Monkey decided to show up today. What up, man?
What's going on? I got 2 ass cheeks and 10 toes, so I'm sorry. I may not fit here.
That's not the point. Anyway.
I know.
So, yes, today is Friday. It's Friday Frenzy Sports Day. We're going to be talking about the NBA in a little while here.
Feel good.
But first on our plate for the news of today, the UFLPA, we're talking about the United Football League, has reached an agreement with the UFL after nearly 6 months of negotiations, retroactive as of the start of training camp, which was March the 2nd. The new CBA increases players' salary from $55,000 to $62,005 for players who participate in all 10 regular season games. It also makes all players eligible for year-round health care. The minimum salary for 2026 will be $64,000, and it's going to last. This contract is going to last until the end of 2026, where they're going to have to restart that stuff over again. So that's good for the players. I'm going to go play football now because they make $62,000. So I'm going to go out there and just, be a tackle dummy for 10 games.
I'll be a water boy.
I'll join the practice squad.
I know that's right.
You can call me Bobby Boucher.
So that should get everything off of.
Hey, my name is actually Bobby.
That should just settle down to UFL for a little bit here. The Saints right tackle Ryan Ramczyk is retiring from the NFL after 7 seasons. This is the second guy that's retired off the Saints offensive line in the last couple of months.
Ramczyk.
I was a firm believer that
Ramczyk.
There's a really good possibility that the Saints
I wasn't correcting you.
But if they keep losing linemen like this, what's the point of drafting a fucking quarterback if you can't protect him? So I can see them definitely going to linemen now. They got to go tackle.
That's if they draft a quarterback. I don't think they will, to tell you the truth, the way things are right now.
I was saying I thought his name was Ramczyk.
If they do draft a quarterback, it'll probably be in a late round because, to tell you the truth, that you're right. They need offensive linemen. They probably, I heard that they might get like Will Johnson, which they need a cornerback. They need a lot of stuff on Saints right now.
Yeah, they need DBs. They need a lot offensive linemen. I think they need a receiver. I think that was on their needs while doing my mock draft.
So I don't know, because this is going to be the most interesting draft ever, and it's kind of like the worst draft ever.
I don't think Cam Ward's going 1. I don't think Cam Ward's going 1.
I think I don't know. I don't think the Titans necessarily are going to take him, but I can see them. I think he's automatically going 1. I think someone will trade there and take him. The only way I don't see that happening is if you got the Titans who can't find a trade partner.
I will say this. I don't think the Titans take Cam Ward at 1.
Yeah.
Because it makes no sense that them keep Will Levis if they're going to drop the quarterback.
I think they take a chance on Levis, and I think they go with Hunter. To be honest with you, I think they'll take Hunter over Abdul Carter only because he can play two specific needs they have, which is corner and wide receiver. So,
but he ain't going to be playing one or the other. He's not going to be.
Right, he's only going to play one.
Yeah.
There's no. But what I'm saying is they have the flexibility to be able to go. Okay, well, we grabbed him, so we have rather a wide receiver or a cornerback. So they don't necessarily have to be like, oh, we got to take this guy because we need him. They can actually go, oh, well, we can take a corner or a wide receiver with their next pick or later down in the draft.
Okay. Nate had to go on this one. Which one is Nate? Which one is Nate?
Oh, there's two of them.
So,
Dr. No DB1.
One will drop off. The next thing is, of course, the most talked about thing that happened yesterday was Aaron Rodgers on Pat McAfee's show and what he is going to do with his future. And he is still undecided and hasn't ruled out retirement. And he said he's been transparent with all the teams that had inquired about his services. So, and he's told them he's held no team hostage. He has conveyed he has held no team hostage. So Pittsburgh is holding themselves hostage. That's all I got to say.
Mm-hmm. They're chasing somebody that don't want to be with them. They're chasing.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so he also
they got to walk away and move on.
Yeah, they got to walk away and move on. I don't understand why they're still holding on to that theory. Screw him. Anyway,
keep Mason as a bridge and find the quarterback in the draft.
And he also conveyed the conversation and released by the Jets, stating that a phone call would have been more sufficient than flying all the way across country, which he didn't do, to find out he was getting released with no conversation.
I do agree. I do agree with that. That's kind of messed up because you got to fly all the way across to find out in 5 minutes.
No, it ain't.
He's rich. He can afford it.
It's not.
They were as petty as he was as.
It's a business. All businesses wait till you come in order to fire you 9 times out of 10.
First of all, they rather tell them face to face, right? When you want to fire somebody face to face, tell them I got to go, and then instead of calling them.
Unless you're a bitch.
1 and 2, they're just being as petty as Aaron Rodgers was to them. So as far as I'm concerned, it's karma.
Yeah, it is karma. You're right, and the people that don't like Aaron Rodgers see that, but the people that are indifferent about the situation, it's not a good look for AG. Like AG should have been better than that. Like,
AG wasn't the one that fired him, though. It was the general manager that fired him.
So AG was in the room.
AG went to go get the general manager.
Oh,
so,
but he knew what's up.
Well, that's why he wanted to go get the general manager. It's not his fault entirely. Doesn't make a difference. Kick rocks, Aaron Rodgers. That's all I gotta say. Kick rocks. You just nothing but added drama to it.
I applaud AG for standing up to a guy that's like that. I do, but it's not a good message you send as a head coach, to future players of how you handle things. That's the only thing I'm saying.
I don't understand how you don't figure that's going to be any beneficial. I don't think half the locker room wanted Aaron Rodgers in the first place.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about the Jets organization, man. I'm talking about people that are coming to the Jets situation feature later. It's not a good look. He's getting.
I disagree. I vehemently disagree with that because I don't think that has anything to do with future people coming in there. In fact, if you want to distill your organization and get rid of the bad apples in it, which Rodgers was, then that's a good thing to do.
All I know is he's getting a lot of backlash from national media for this. That's all I'm saying.
Well, get backlash.
Well, he's going to get it, whether positive or negative. Aaron Rodgers wants it, so this is what he gets.
That's right.
He makes every offseason has to be about fucking Aaron Rodgers. He's getting just as bad as Tom Brady. He needs to go retire somewhere.
If I was AG, I would have slapped him after I told him he's fired.
Oh my God!
And then you would have went to his house and kicked the garbage cans over.
Right.
That too.
No violence.
I don't know, man. I don't want to go to no dark place. How
So
can I see the
another
garbage
news.
can? How can I see the garbage can if it's dark?
Anyways, let's move on from here. Rod.
Flashlight.
Right. We need to do that because
Yeah.
everybody else has.
Wait, too much-
In baseball, yesterday, the Tigers beat the Royals 6-1. Good old Riley Green. He came out of his slump, at least for one game. And of course, Torkelson, that would be Nate's boy, had a good game. Pirates win 1-0 over the Nationals. Look at that. Look at that.
Raise the Jolly Roger.
1-0. Yep. And unfortunately, the Boston Red Sox didn't play last night, so we didn't have a score to show on that one. I know Monkey is not a big baseball fan, so I don't even know if he has a team. Other words, nope.
But you would either go for Yankees or the Mets, right? Because you're in New York.
God, no. I will go to a baseball game. I will go watch it live. I cannot watch it on TV. So I don't get interested in baseball like that. But I have been to a White Sox and Red Sox game up in Boston, a doubleheader.
There you go.
And
I'm
at the
sorry
time
for
I was
you.
a kid and I was playing baseball. Actually, no, I was during when Frank Thomas was playing for Chicago. I really enjoyed that. That was fun.
You went to
I was a big
Boston?
fan of Frank Thomas. Yeah, I went to Boston for the game. Yeah, for a
Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that.
No. Say what you want about the Boston people and the Boston teams, but that city is a beautiful city. I'm sorry, it is fucking beautiful.
Oh no,
It's
man.
not beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, dude, I can't talk shit about Boston. It's a great city.
So we're gonna get into some basketball talk in a little bit here. Anybody have anything about their teams right now that they want to express? Any concerns or yays over?
For basketball, our basketball teams, come on.
I'm talking about teams in general. Your teams in general.
Well,
We'll get started on minutes here.
well, fuck the Heat. How's that sound?
Okay, well, unfortunately, they beat you, so that's the sad.
Bastards.
And what about you there, Mad Yinser?
What are we talking about? Basketball?
We're talking about your sports teams in general.
Sports teams in general. Of course, the Penguins got to get youth. They got to get grit. They got to get youth. They got to find a goaltender. Pirates. Pirates. The owner just. Yeah, the owner got to stop being a cheapskate, man. Get that payroll up. Start getting some hitters and some more pitchers, some hitters built around Paul Skeens. They're not doing that at the time, so hopefully they'll wake the hell up and do that sometime soon. And the Steelers, good at every position except for the quarterback. We're fucked.
Bill signed Trey White again.
Yeah,
Not
say
sure how I
that.
feel about that.
What are you talking about, then? That's championship written all over it.
So does that change? Do you think that changes your draft prospect?
Not really, because I didn't see the Bills taking a corner in the first round anyway. So
They probably
anything
did it because
after
it's
that
such
is
a
really-
bad class.
Yeah, I'm not really too worried about the cornerback position. I'm more worried about our defensive line. Our defensive tackle is a major concern. Our run defense is our biggest concern. So
Yeah.
I assume we're going to draft the majority of our players to be defense.
Dream on, Brent.
And I think
You
they're
just need
going.
They know
No,
dreams.
they're not.
You need a wide
they're not.
receiver too, right?
The Knicks are winning. What's that?
You just need a wide receiver too, right?
It's not a necessity, but it's not like we need one like in the first round or two. We could take one in like the third, fourth round, and
Well, y'all
plug and play.
took Coleman last year, so you got to see what Coleman's got this year. Hopefully, healthy.
Yeah, but wide receiver
what
is
he
a
had
different
last year.
position. You got up to like four or five receivers out of there at the same time. Grabbing another rookie receiver is not out of the normal.
Yeah, I think that the Bills are regretting not taking Brandon Thomas, man.
Who?
Like I like Coleman, but Brandon Thomas would have been nice with Josh Allen.
Yeah, but we don't deal with regretting. I don't
mean-
understand that regretting to taking someone when Coleman worked just fine.
Mhm.
But he's not
Coleman
Brandon
started
Thomas.
off good.
That's the thing.
He's not fucking Justin Jefferson either. What's your point? I mean,
Brandon
The
Thomas is
no
gonna be a
pass
damn good receiver. That's my point.
You saying Brandon Thomas?
and so Coleman's
Brian
just
Thomas,
automatically going to
that's what he
suck
means.
after
Brian.
1
Brian
year,
Thomas.
and you're going off one rookie season.
That's who
You're
I
going off
wanted
one
last year.
season to sit there and say someone's going to be a great
I mean,
anything
but
is ridiculous.
the proof's in the pudding when it comes to LSU receivers. LSU receivers have all balled out. Like, find me one that hasn't really balled out. Maybe Marshall is the only one I can think of. But they do something good down there. I'm just saying, like, I don't know what Coleman finished with.
Who
Coleman ended up on
didn't
IR
Coleman
for 4 weeks.
didn't Coleman get picked after
He was first pick of the
Brian
draft,
Thomas?
second round, I think.
Yeah, we got him with the
They
first
traded
pick in the
down.
second round.
Mm.
Coleman?
Oh yeah, Brett.
Oh,
What's going on with Wolverines camp? I haven't heard anything from Wolverines camp. You must have been. I haven't really been paying attention either.
A lot of mock drafts I see got the Bills taking wide receiver.
Some of the mock drafts I've seen, they've been taking defensive tackle. Grant
yeah.
is one of the
they don't
guys
need a
they got.
receiver. They have Coleman and they have Shakir. They have Shakir and they have Coleman. I think they're okay right now.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
they
like
get
I
a
said,
receiver
I
later
said
on,
numerous
but-
times on the other podcasts, I see us taking a defensive tackle. That's because the ones that are going to be there, whether it be Grant or that Tylik Williams or Nolan, I've seen drop down in some mock drafts. I'm not saying that I think he will. I'm just saying the possibility is there. And I don't care about this. Oh, he's a 3 technique. He's a 4. It doesn't matter. You're a professional fucking football player. Yeah, maybe that may be your strong suit, but you know how to do all them other fucking techniques. I don't give a shit.
Yes and no.
No. If you play football,
No, because
that you
that's
can
not
do
true. Not
them
every
just
3
fine.
But that's incorrect because 3 techs are more liable more likely to rush the passer, and a nose tackle is more of a run stuffer. So that's not correct. Like you're talking about an all pro like defensive tackle that can do both. Their specialty is one or the other.
Grant is considered a 3 technique, but his strength is run defense. So that goes against what you just said.
Grant's going
But
to be
he's not a sack
gone.
artist either. He's not going to. He's not a guy that's going to sack the quarterback either. That's
I
why
didn't
he's
claim that he
not-
did, but you just sat there and said that he can't. If he's a 3 technique, then he can't. They're for pass rush.
You talking about Ken Grant?
The specialty is one or the other. But if you're saying that they can do both, yeah. But how good are they going to be on both sides? That's different. Some guys are better run stuffers than they are rushing the passer.
Well, yeah,
that's what you find out during training camp.
Yeah, but the one thing about this draft is full of
Defensive
tackles.
Defensive tackles can play both positions because they're defensive tackles. Doesn't make a difference what tech or what nose guard they are. They can interchange. They're most apt to interchange.
Well,
are they stronger at that position? Sure, they have a better. They're better at maybe they're better at that 3 technique.
You're not going to put.
That doesn't mean they can't do the other.
Right.
Yeah, but if you have a defensive tackle that's good at rushing the passer, you want that person rushing the passer. If you have a guy that's good at stuffing the run, then you want a guy that's going to stuff the run. So it's all about the scheme and the fit.
Right,
too.
but last week you asked me about when I sat there and said about taking Grant. You said something about him being a 3 technique, and that's not what we need. We need a run stopper. That's what he is.
He's considered a 3 tech, but yeah, I guess you could say he's a bigger 3 tech, so he's not like a guy who's gonna, get you.
That's
a
what
lot
we need.
Of sacks.
We need big guy.
Yeah.
We don't need that guy. We don't need a sack guy. We need the run stopper guy, because the sack guy is the smaller guy that's next to him, and Ed Oliver, who can get to the quarterback if he has a decent sized guy who's taken double team blocks. like
Right.
Grant would.
I mean, it's the same thing like with Aleem McNeil and DJ Reader playing with each other. So it can be interacted. They stopped the run pretty well, both of them too. So the defensive tackle position is just something that you have to kind of take in
It's scheme
chunks
sensitive.
in the NFL.
It's scheme sensitive. So whatever the scheme fits the player, that's what they're gonna play, or that's what they're drafting them for, to fit their scheme. So whatever
Right,
Buffalo.
but at certain positions, it's not as much of an importance as others.
Yeah, I mean,
and you're talking about, and then see, Nate, you're also talking about the Lions. The Lions like interchangeable guys.
Oh no, I'm not talking about the Lions, because the Lions are an anomaly. They use a lot of versatile situations.
Yeah, there's teams that use the same confines. I'm just saying, defensive tackles can be interchangeable. They're not something that you can change. Like it's not exactly a bigger change from defensive or an edge to a defensive tackle. That would be a bigger change, or a right tackle to a center. Those kind of things are things that are different as far as that positional wise. But defensive tackle is pretty straight up. Regardless what the scheme is, they can interchange. But it is what it is. I just know that I hope everybody gets a good.
Yeah.
What do you think about your draft there, Robbie? You think you guys are going to draft a quarterback, or you guys are going to do that in a late round? What do you think you guys need right now?
Quarterback is probably the most important position. Either you got to trade up for a quarterback, or hopefully one falls to you. I don't think everybody thinks we're going to get Jackson Dart, but I have a feeling Jackson Dart's going to go number 9 to the Saints. I think Shador drops. But that's just if it's not quarterback, I heard defensive tackle. I heard Derek Harmon might be a pick. Michael Williams, the edge rusher from Georgia.
Y'all got to get a quarterback, man. Enough's enough. Like with the Rodgers thing and all that, y'all got to get a quarterback.
Hey, if we pass on quarterback, then we must be trying to get Milroe later in the draft.
That's what I'm saying. I was thinking they would get a quarterback later in the draft. Yeah.
If, let's say, Shador, Dart, and Ward is off the board, and they invited Milroe to the draft. Like, you don't invite a dude to the draft unless he's going first round.
Yeah, but Milroe's a project, man. He's going to take years to get developed into a decent quarterback.
Well, his stock went up. He's projected second round now.
Yeah, but he can't throw, bro. He's more of a runner.
If you're a project, you're not going to go to the third or fourth if you're a project.
Well, I mean, you take the potential of the quarterback, but he's not a really good thrower, man. He's more of a runner. He's an athlete. He's like, think of Anthony Richardson. He's Anthony Richardson.
He might not be good for a thrower, but there's the old saying, there's always room for improvement. That doesn't mean you got to start right away.
Yeah.
Well, you got coaching for in the NFL. Coaching, you got to get a quarterback coach, someone to help him throw. Work on his throwing mechanics.
I just reminds me of another Lamar Jackson. That's who he reminds me of.
I think he's a watered down version of Justin Fields.
Richardson.
I think he's a watered down version of Justin Fields.
Better than Anthony Richardson.
I mean, his build is Anthony Richardson. Like, and he's the athlete Anthony Richardson is, but he's not the thrower. Neither one are throwers.
Taking a quarterback at 21 is a low risk. It's low risk, high reward. It don't work out.
I know you're a big Mason Rudolph fan. You're probably the one Steeler fan I know that are really big Mason Rudolph fans. But
no, actually, that's not true. A lot of Steeler fans.
There's a lot of sarcasm.
You talk like Mason Rudolph is bad. Like no offense, but you're just gonna beat him in 21.
I would love for you to take a poll and ask a bunch of people, poll it. Who would they rather have starting quarterback, Mason Rudolph or another person? And I'd like to see that poll.
A lot of people in Pittsburgh like Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
So there's your answer right there. I don't give a fuck what everybody else thinks.
Well, you just said a lot of people like him.
And hey, I don't give a fuck what people outside Pittsburgh thinks. Okay.
Well, I'm asking you to ask people in Pittsburgh. That's what I want to know. Like.
So Brent asks, is Dart better than Hooker? That sounds dirty.
Is Dart better than who?
Is he darting a hooker?
Hooker.
No.
Hendon?
Dart better than Hooker?
No, Hooker. Hooker would have been a top 5 or top 10 draft pick if he didn't tear his ACL. Like, he was going to win the Heisman that year. He was on a tear.
You said top 5, right?
Top 5, top 10.
And he was like 25 coming out of college, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't take a 25-year-old quarterback in the top 5.
We can't get to woulda, shoulda, coulda. Okay, is Dart better than Hooker now?
I
don't know. We haven't seen Dart. We've barely even seen Hooker in the NFL.
Yeah,
I can't answer that.
Until you see him play actual pro ball. You know,
I've seen Hooker.
I mean, Hooker had it
in preseason.
Yeah, but at a small dose. You know, it's You can see what he's got. What he's at the potential.
I would take
in preseason, but that's not really.
I would take Hooker for the intangibles over Dart.
Let me put it to you this way: Nathan Peterman had an awesome preseason for the Buffalo Bills to the point where he got the start. Guess what happened when he was giving them reins to start?
He sucked.
5 interceptions in the first fucking half. So, you know, you gotta remember there's 2 sides to every coin.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we beat the hell out of that. So not last night, but on Wednesday night, the Heat destroyed the Bulls. Sorry, Bulls fans, 109-90. I don't even know how that happened. I thought the Bulls
it was
were
over by the before the second period even started.
I don't even know
like 30 points.
And you know what?
Young teams don't win. They don't win.
They played.
Chicago
they played.
Had
you know, they played
the ball in the hoop.
The Heat and the Bulls have played the play-in game 3 times. Both of them, and the Heat's won all 3 of them. That's pretty sad.
I hate Miami Heat.
And also too, a lot of it comes down to coaching, man.
And Dallas defeated the Kings 120-106. Yeah. Dallas defeated the Kings 120-106. That was another kind of like not close game.
Yeah.
I don't think the Kings are going to go far anyway. I'm surprised the Mavericks have gone this far, to tell you the truth, but they have. Today's playing games is going to be the Heat at the Hawks. That's going to be at 7 p.m. and Eastern Standard Time, and the Mavericks at the Grizzlies at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So who do you think is going to – I don't want to ask this question. Who's going to win between Heat at the Hawks, Robbie?
Heat. Oh, shit.
No, you're good. What about you,
I like Miami.
You like Miami? What about you, Monkey? I hate the Heat.
Fuck the Heat. Go Hawks. Go ATL. That's right. What is it? 404, right? That's Atlanta, right? 404.
Yeah, that's Atlanta. 404. So, I'm thinking I'm going to go with Monkey on that one with the Hawks. I like the Hawks. I was amazed that they beat Chicago the way they did, but whatever.
Shit.
The Heat beat Chicago.
Mavericks. Yeah, the Heat beat Chicago. Who the Hawks played? What did they play last? Who did they play? They played
the Magic.
The Magic.
Yeah.
Well, they played the Magic. Did they? Let's see. They played the Bulls. And then on Tuesday.
Who are you talking about?
The play-in?
Yeah, the Magic played
the Hawks. No.
No.
Yeah, the Magic played the Hawks and the Magic won. They blew them out.
Right.
So
you talk about who the Hawks beat?
The Hawks didn't beat nobody. They beat Chicago. I mean, they didn't beat anybody.
Oh no, they played the loser. They played the loser of the play-in of the 9-10 seed. That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah. They got a weird format.
Yeah, I hate that. That sucks. Anyway, so what about the Mavericks and the Grizzlies? Who you got in that game?
Me?
Yeah, whoever.
Mavs, baby.
Mavs. What about you, Robbie?
I'm going with the Grizzlies.
Going with the Grizzlies. What about you, Monkey?
Going with John Morant and the Grizzlies and his little gun.
Shoot him up.
Man, John Morant, he comes to the game with the gun. He comes to the game with the gun. Maverick shouldn't even leave the locker room.
He don't do the guns no more. He throws grenades. That's his
Yeah.
thing.
Guns, grenades, Gatling guns, rocket launchers.
Weirdo!
Maverick should not leave the locker room if he comes strapped.
So April 19th, which is tomorrow, Saturday. I guess you could say the real playoffs begin, but the playoffs really begin with the play-ins. But
The first
real
round,
playoffs begin.
starts. Yeah.
Yes, and first up we have the Minnesota Timberlakes. Minnesota Timberwolves.
Damn, man! Someone got Justin Timberlake
Too
on the
much
brain.
Too much JT. The Minnesota
You gonna bring back Sexy?
Timberwolves. Yeah, they're gonna bring back Sexy. That's what they're gonna do.
You're gonna cry me a river is what you're gonna do.
That's gonna cry a river. Hey, that goes with Minnesota. Many of lyrics. But anyway, they're playing the Lakers. Speaking of lakes, so who you got in that one? Minnesota or the LA Lakers?
Go
You talking about the
T-Wolves.
series? You're talking about the first game.
I'm talking about the series, man.
Aw.
All right, just making sure. Lakers in 6.
Lakers
Timberwolves in 7. Lakers choke.
Whoa! And then you
I
said
want that.
Monkey, you said you want
Lakers
that. You
in
said
7.
Lakers are choke.
Lakers
Come
in
on, man!
7.
They're known for choke. They know they're gonna choke.
They'll get
That's
past the
simple.
first round. It's the second round they'll lose.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Speaking of LA teams, the LA Clippers are going to go to the Denver Nuggets. Who do you got in that series?
Go Nuggies.
The Nuggies? Nate?
Because I'm hungry.
Clippers in 7.
Clippers in 7? Wow.
Yeah.
You can try to lose money today, huh? What you
Nuggies
got,
in
Robbie?
4.
Give me
They're
the chicken nugget. Give me the chicken nuggets in 6.
Chicken nuggets.
Oh wait,
I
the
want-
first round
and
ain't that
give
only
me
5
the 8.
games?
Give me the chicken nuggets in a 6-piece.
Isn't the first round only 5
You
games?
do realize that the Clippers have home court advantage, right?
I'm Phil Vaz only shit in the
Yeah,
NBA.
but you forget the Clippers originally were the Buffalo Braves.
What does
How
that
do
mean?
Clippers
That
have
just
home
means they're
field
gonna lose.
advantage?
Nuggets got home field.
Yeah,
Clippers
Nuggets
are
got
4.
home field.
Yeah, Clippers are 5.
Oh, they're 5. Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah,
I'll still take
Clippers are 5.
Clippers.
It
Upset special.
It emphatically says that LA is at Denver, so it's in Denver's favor as far as the home court advantage goes. I see Denver winning that series too. I don't know why. I think the Clippers are going to win that one. But anyway, the next series is the Milwaukee Bucks and the Indiana. This is going to be a good series.
Yeah.
The Bucks and the Pacers. What do you got on that one?
Bucks in 7.
What you got, Robbie?
Pacers in 7.
You just go opposite of whatever Nate says, huh?
But
No, that's Pacers. I like the Pacers.
isn't there only 5 games in the first round?
7.
7.
It's all 7s.
Yep.
Best of 7.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't do. They don't do the.
They don't
I
do the
don't.
5 games anymore. They used to, but they don't do it anymore.
Right. I don't know. I think the Pacers will take it, and yeah, probably 7.
Pacers in 7. I don't know. I got Milwaukee in that one, and I think they're going to beat them in 6. I just think that right now, what's his face and I can never pronounce his
Giannis
damn name.
Antetokounmpo.
There you go, Giannis. Just gonna say
I'm a
Giannis.
big fan of him.
Antetokounmpo.
I got family that live in Indiana, and they'd be mad if I.
They're
picked
also
anyone else.
probably going to get Dame Lillard back at some point in the series too.
No, he's not playing until the next series. They already said that.
They said he was out game 1. Did they just say that right now? Because they said
Yeah, that
Cal
they
Case
came out
won.
this morning that he's not going to be able. He's not. They're not playing him in the first series. If they make it to the next series, he'll play in that series.
I did not hear that, so I'll have to look at that.
And let's see. And finally, the Detroit Pistons at the New York Knicks. I already know who Nate got, and you already
Knicks
know
in
who I
6.
got. Pistons in 7. What you got, Robbie?
Damn. Kevin, you go. I'm undecided.
Knicks in 4.
Hell no. You gotta be shitting me, dude.
The only reason why I said it is because I knew I'd get a reaction out of you.
You
I'm
definitely
going-
would.
No, that's
I'm
bold.
going.
It'll probably be more like 6, but I still think Knicks are going to take it.
I'm going Pistons in 7.
Pistons in 7. So, and then on April 20th, which is Sunday, we got 2
420.
games as well. Yeah, 420 and Easter. How about that? You get high on Easter. There's something wrong about that. I just don't know what it is. But anyway,
Not if you smoke out of a bong with Jesus connected to it.
there you go. The Jesus bong.
Is it wrong
Anyway.
to smoke joints rolled out of Bible paper?
Oh, repent, son. Repent.
No, you are absorbing the words of God into your soul.
Dude,
It
you
depends on the way you're
probably
looking at it.
Absorb the words
I won't
of
do
God
it.
every
I
day.
refuse to do it. I mean, I would possibly have to use the blank pages in the back if I got.
I'm so glad I got a disclaimer at the end of this damn thing. Anyway, we got Golden State taking on the Houston Rockets. Who do you have in that series?
Golden State,
Warriors in
Houston.
6.
Yep. You said who in 6, Nate?
Warriors.
Said
in 6.
Warriors and
Warriors in 6, huh? I like that.
Yep. Steph Curry, baby.
He's not a Detroit fan, ain't he?
Yeah, Brent. Yeah, he's a Detroit fan.
I'm gonna go with the Rockets in 5.
What you got, Robbie?
yeah, I can't go against Steph Curry, man. I got to go with the Warriors in 5.
Damn, 5.
Yeah,
I respect the man, but I just don't like Steph Curry.
Houston's like the second best team. I mean, the second best team.
Yeah, but everybody's 0-0 when the playoffs start.
Young teams don't
I'm
win.
kind of split on this game because Golden State, had they made the playoffs just being in the playoffs and got maybe the 6th seed, I probably would believe in them more. But then they got put out. They didn't do what they were supposed to do, and they got put out and had to do a play-in just to get back in the playoffs again.
But they
I'm gonna
matched
say
up
if they
better,
win,
but by losing, they matched up better with the Rockets than the Lakers.
they could beat the Lakers though. I'm not worried about the Lakers.
Yeah, but they'll beat the Lakers second round, not the first round.
Yeah, probably beat. That's when they're gonna lose. That's when the Lakers will lose.
Yeah,
Whoever they
Lakers
play
are
in
gonna
the
lose
next
in the
round is
second
gonna
round.
lose. I got Golden State in 7 in that one. I just think I got to see a little bit more from them. Then we got the Orlando Magic, the laugher of the weekend. The Orlando Magic versus the Boston Celtics.
Celtics in 5.
Celtics in 4. I think it's a sweep.
No. Don't get one.
No, it ain't.
Magic
Orlando
in
ain't got
4.
nobody.
Want to bet?
Fuck Boston.
Magic ain't gonna get one.
Want to bet?
They got too many players injured.
They're fine. I mean, they beat the
that's a good
Celtics
point.
before.
They're gonna get swept. Like I said.
They're gonna get one.
No, they ain't. They ain't get
Yeah.
swept. No, they're gonna get swept.
They'll win
What do you
game
guys- what do you
4
say,
to make
Robbie?
it go to game 5.
Celtics in 4.
See, I think the Celtics are the Celtics are playing really well at the right time. Orlando's just limping into the playoffs to me. So
I mean, they got their-
sarcastic.
they
I
got
did
their
say
best
fuck
guys.
Boston. but I
Orlando
didn't say
Magic
fuck
stats.
I don't know who you're talking about injured. They got their best guys playing.
Hold on.
They're just missing
Look
one
at it.
player. Jalen Suggs.
Orlando got one of the worst defenses in the ranks.
No, they don't. Their calling card is defense. It's offense that's bad.
Well, don't you
I'm
have
just
to
saying.
score?
Yeah, but defense.
Yeah, I'm
You
looking
gotta
it
put
up
that
right
ball in the
now.
hoop.
That's what
Actually,
I'm
no.
saying.
Actually, they suck in offense. So,
Yes.
and how
They're
you
not very
gonna
good
be? And
offense.
they suck at. They're 28th in offense. They only average 105 points a game. That's not good at all.
But they're really good at defense. They're one of the top.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they ain't gonna be
the
Boston.
Celtics. Yeah, but Boston's really good on offense.
I know.
Boston's really good all the way around.
Really good on offense.
Yeah, Boston
Not
is
a-
They're
8th
gonna
on
win.
their
They're gonna win one.
their offensive rating is
Boston.
8th.
No,
Boston will have a.
I think
All right, here it
Orlando
goes.
will win one, but I think it'll be game 4.
The
Yeah,
Celtics
Boston will
offensive
have a
rating.
younger game because they rely on the 3 too much.
The Celtics
They'll
got the
have-
second best offense in the league, and they got the 5th best defense.
Yeah, it's gonna be a massacre.
They're gonna smoke. They're gonna smoke Orlando.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, we all agree that. Moving on.
The only way Orlando wins
well,
this
yeah,
series
Boston's
is if
gonna
every
win.
game is.
Definitely
Yeah,
gonna win that series.
I only
just-
picked
The only
Orlando
way
to beat
the only way
Orlando.
Magic win this game is if they keep every game close and win by a bucket or two.
Yeah.
Or if
I think Boston could start their bench and still beat them. Okay.
Oh shit!
So Brent, I think that Beasley is going to be the guy that makes a big impact, other than Cade against the Knicks. It could really be
Gotta be.
anybody from day to day.
Bias.
It ain't got to be, because Tobias could be up there. It could be anybody. But-
And you know what? I hate. I don't like the Celtics. You know, I hate all Boston teams. Pains me to say that.
Right.
But you can't be. You can't
You're
fight the
gonna have to have
fact that
consistent
Boston is the
scores.
best.
Say that
You can
again.
only hope and pray that the Orlando Magic will rule the day.
You know, they can go to church the day before the game.
It is Easter.
Yeah.
You never know. Gotta pray enough.
No, there you go. You gotta decide: are you gonna smoke weed on Sunday, or are you gonna praise the high above? Well, you can't have both to be in a basketball game and win. So which one you gonna pick? Well, you can't smoke weed, so you better pray to God that you win that game, Orlando. Let's go.
There you go.
Put the
No
ball
420.
down.
No 420 for you.
Right.
Moving on. Next series.
That's it.
That was
So
the. That's
the
it.
series. That's the starting of the series. And then,
Yeah,
of course, we
because
got the
Cavaliers.
whatever the play-ins come in.
Yeah, because Cavaliers don't play anybody. Neither does the Thunder.
Yeah, you didn't do the Thunder. Oh well.
They got they don't got the games.
I think
they got
I think that Thunder wins.
Yeah.
Well, the Thunder don't play until the play-ins play. So
Yeah.
That's my
Thunder-
point. I think Thunder wins.
I think Thunder's going all the way to the championship. It's gonna Thunder and Boston.
and who could they play? They could play either Dallas or
Abs.
Yeah,
Or
I
the
think they're going to
Grizzlies.
sweep that series too. I don't care who wins, the Mavericks or Memphis. It might be closer with the Mavericks, but I think they're going to sweep both teams. It might be closer games.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't even know. Mavericks, mate. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I think they're going to sweep them, though. As far as Cleveland is concerned, whoever they play between Miami and Atlanta, Cleveland hasn't been playing very well. They haven't been playing very well. The last 8 or 9 games they've been playing like trash. They've been getting beat by everybody. So I don't know. I don't know if Cleveland's going to make it past the second round. To tell you the truth, I don't think they're playing that well.
Cleveland in 5, whoever they play.
I'd give you a fair assessment on that one. Yeah. Cleveland in 5.
Who they played? They played the winner of the Heat, right?
Heat and Hawks.
I can see ATL beating them.
Heat and the Hawks.
Who?
I got Miami.
Cleveland?
Yeah.
No
Fuck
way.
Cleveland.
No.
No.
Sure. Come on.
Just because they blew out Chicago don't mean.
Come on. No, I said
blew out
Atlanta. I
Chicago.
didn't say Miami. I said Atlanta.
Cleveland has the best record or has one of the best records in the NBA. Like they're not losing to the Hawks in the series. That would be insane.
I don't care.
I mean,
Fuck Cleveland.
because they have a good record doesn't mean they're going to be
I
a
agree,
good team
Kevin.
in the playoffs. I mean,
Well, I mean, if
they
you're one of
come-
the best teams, you're expected to be.
well, you're expected doesn't mean you're going to be it, though, Nate. The problem is they haven't won enough games. They've been playing ass basketball for the last 10 games.
Man. They took the time off. They had already clinched the division, clinched the home field advantage. They were good, man. They were like they just took time off. It's a lot of games, man. Like not
Taking
every
time
team's
off
gonna
ain't
ramp
exactly
up
it.
right at the end.
All right.
Like-
Well, I don't doubt that they're gonna beat Atlanta in that series or whoever they play, the Heat or the. But I don't know how far they're gonna go in the playoffs. I just don't see.
They're
it.
gonna play Boston in the championship in the
Who?
East.
The
It's
Heat.
gonna be Cleveland versus Boston. Get your popcorn ready.
The Heat. Then they can't score either.
I don't know.
Defensive team.
Who's that? The Heat?
The Heat are a defensive team. They're 21st. Their offensive rating is 21st, and their defensive rating is 11th.
Okay.
They average about 110 points a game.
Well, since you're being a statistician today, Robbie, what is your
Told you he was on point.
percentages? Let me see. Who is your between Minnesota and the Lakers? What's your defense versus offense on that one?
The Timberwolves? I'll look
And the
them up
Lakers?
first.
I think
I'll
both
look them
teams are
up
not very good
first.
defensively.
Let's see.
Yeah, they both suck defensively. Yeah.
Let's see. Offensively, they're 13th. They average 114.3 points a game. Offensive rating is 8th. Defensive rating is 6th for the Wolvies.
So say that again.
Their offense is 8th. Their defense is 6th for the Wolvies. And they average 114 points a game, which is 11th in the NBA.
What about the Lakers?
The Lakers, they average 113 points a game. That's 19th in the NBA. Their offensive rating is 11th, and their defensive rating is 15th. So statistically, the Timberwolves
should win that series.
Yeah, Timberwolves should win that.
It's really good.
Should win that with a
It's gonna be an
landslide.
offensive series.
Unless LeBron gets hot and starts flopping all over the place, then the Wolves are in trouble. I'm telling you, bro. I bought a pair of LeBrons. I put them on, and I felt like I was flopping all over the place. My brother nipped me, and I was like, "Oh, fell."
Did you feel like you need a hip replacement?
Yeah, I always feel like I need a hip replacement.
All right, so between the Clippers and the Denver Nuggets, the Denver Nuggies.
The
Nuggies.
Just give
Nuggies.
me defensive and offensive rankings. You ain't gonna go on that extra
All
stuff.
right, I'll just do ratings. Denver Nuggies, chicken nuggets.
The chicken nuggets, yeah.
Offensive rating
Clippers are
4th.
one of the better
Defensive.
teams. Yeah.
They're an offensive team. Their defensive rating is 20th in the league. Their offense is 4th.
Who, the Clippers or the Nuggets?
Nuggets.
Denver.
Oh yeah,
Who's the
Clippers
other
have one
team?
of the better defenses.
Who's the other team you want me to look up? Nuggies and the who?
Clippers.
Clippers.
Nuggies versus Knicks in the finals. Let's go.
They're 14th in offensive rating, 3rd in defensive rating.
Yeah. They're really
So this
good
is
defensive.
offense versus defense.
Yeah.
The Clippers' offense is better than Denver's defense, but the Clippers' defense is better than Denver's offense by one ranking. Who said the Clippers? Who said the Clippers in that series?
That was Nate.
Nate, what did you say? How many games?
Shit, I think I said 7.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to Milwaukee and the Pacers.
I think the Pacers might have a better defense.
Say Milwaukee offense 12th, defense 12. 12-12
Pacers?
for the Bucks.
Right. Okay. How about the Pacers?
Pacers. Eighth in offense, 13th in defense.
See,
That's kinda
Pacers.
So they got a little bit of a better offense, but similar. Not that like not similar on defense.
It's going to be
Yeah,
a
that
good
one-
series, is what basically what it's going to come
Yeah,
down
that
to.
one's going to come down to Antetokounmpo and Halliburton, and if Dame plays, I think he's the difference.
Well,
The
last
game
year,
changer?
Indianapolis beat Milwaukee, but that's because Giannis wasn't in that game. I
Right.
think Giannis is going to make a big difference in this game.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You
Yeah, Giannis
can't
is on a
you
mission.
can't. Yeah, you got to always factor him in.
Shit, not to mention they got that Middleton. No, they don't got that
No,
dude
Middleton's
anymore.
not there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude had a 7 head.
All right. So now we're going to the Detroit New York Knicks series. Give me your rankings for those.
Oh, that one's easy. Offense versus
I'll go
Let's go
Detroit
Knickerbocker.
first. I'll go
Offense versus
Detroit
defense.
first.
That's an easy one.
Hush.
Okay, Detroit, 16th offense, 10 defense.
Yep. And Knicks are terrible defense. It's offense. They're like top 10.
New York Knicks. New York Knicks is 5th in offense, 13th on defense.
Oh, wow. I thought we were worse than that.
Now
Yeah.
you only give up 115 points a game
Well, it didn't look like it sometimes.
on the average, and you get
Well, at least
119
not
a
in the
game.
last few games. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to
If you look
be
up, well, what's the series record between the two throughout the season?
Detroit's beating the Knicks 3 out of
Pistons
4
won the
times.
series.
I figured you
Yeah,
two would
they
know.
won
That's
the
why I
series.
asked that question right away. And I
Last
only asked
10
it for this
games.
game, so you didn't have to
Yeah.
look it up.
last 10 games. New York was 6-4. They're 6-4 last 10 games. New York
Yeah, that
Knicks.
didn't mean anything. We didn't play shit.
No, the
We
Buffalo
beat bad
Braves,
teams.
not ATL.
There you go, Brett.
Say the
And they used
Pistons
to be the Buffalo
were
Braves, and Buffalo had a team.
Pistons ended the season on a 2-game losing streak. They were 4-6 their last 10 games.
But they sat a lot of players those games.
Yeah, Cade
So
wasn't
it
playing a
didn't
lot of those games too, and then a lot of that was due to players
Neither
being
was Brunson.
suspended. The players were suspended too. That was
Yeah.
the other thing. All right, so now we're going to Sunday's game: Golden State and Houston.
Golden State and Houston. Oh,
Houston's got a really good defense.
all right, I'm
State's
going
okay. Offense.
Golden State 15th on offense and 7th on defense.
Wow, that's surprising.
Yeah, 15. I'm going by offensive and defensive ratings. They get 116 points a game
that
and
one's
give
gonna
up
be
112.
Yeah.
What about Houston?
Houston.
Houston could D up.
The Rockets.
The Rockets.
13th on offense. For the offense rating, 13th. Defensive rating, 4th.
Fourth.
Yeah,
Fourth.
Force,
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Mm.
This
Yeah.
is going to be.
That
This
was a
is going to be
defensive game.
It's going to be a defensive
be a-
series.
Yeah, something
so I
like that.
take
Well,
Steph
they got
Curry.
to stop. They got to take Steph Curry out of it, and I don't see that happening too much. But Golden State's got to show me something in that game. The Orlando Magic, versus the Boston Celtics.
And the Magic. Start with Boston first.
Boston.
I think I already looked up their stats. They were pretty good. 2nd offensive rating, 5th on defensive rating.
How much on offense?
2nd.
Okay. What's Orlando's?
This might be a little painful. Actually,
No,
I
I think
think I
Orlando's got
looked them
good
up. They were defensive. I think we looked them up already. Well, I did on my own.
Yeah.
Well, what's the offensive and
Defensively, they're
defensive?
good.
Oh, offense don't look good at all. 27th.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're,
And
but they're good
defense
defensively.
is good. Their defense is good. They're second.
Whoa.
And they're one of the better teams in the 3-point shooting defense too, which is the Celtics are one of the best shooting 3-point shooting teams. So something's got to give.
What did you say?
Usually
They're
your
one of the
offense.
worst.
No, Orlando's one of the best at the 3-point defense, and Celtics are the best at shooting the three.
You sure? Three. Oh, you said 3-point defense.
At 3-point defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought you said offense.
No.
I think this is directed towards you, Monkey, the Buffalo Braves question. You know
I have no fucking clue who the hell he's talking about. But I'm looking it up so I can give him an answer.
Who's the Buffalo Braves?
Attack McMillan. They were the old NBA team.
Yeah, but when it comes to the Magic, offensively, they have nothing good to like.
Yeah, you think 27th? It's got to be the worst offensive team in the playoffs right now.
They're ranked in the bottom.
Yeah.
The only thing they're good at is offensive rebounds, which is 12th in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're calling cards defense.
Yes, they're gonna need a lot of it to win.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I suggest going to church the night before the game.
They'll win one. I'm telling you.
It was Jim McMillan.
Jim McMillan?
Yes.
What position did he play?
I haven't got that far yet.
Well, damn it.
I'm just curious what the Thunder's ratings will be.
Oh, Thunder, number 1 in defense, bro. Number 1 in defense.
Number 1 in defense and 3rd in offense. Damn.
Yeah, they're good.
Damn, that's beast. And the Cavaliers. I don't care about the Cavaliers.
Every defensive. This is insane.
Cleveland's the other number 1 seed. Damn, Cleveland got the best offense.
What they got?
First offensive rating, and they're 8th in defense.
Okay.
Damn.
What about OKC?
I just what the hell were they again? They're your 3rd in offensive rating and 1st in defensive rating. Got some heavy hitters there, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have reviewed the playoffs. We'll be back on Monday to see where everything has gotten us to. Other than that, everybody, we are going to leave you. And just remember to tune in at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to One Ass Cheek and Three Toes. We're doing our mock draft. These same fellas that are on here now, plus one, will be on there doing our mock draft. Next week on the 24th, we'll be sitting in on the actual draft to see who our teams are going to pick. But until those times, ladies and gentlemen who are watching, thank you, Brett, for chiming in. We'll see you next week, 2:00 p.m. And it's 4:20 on Sunday. Just remember that. And just make sure that because, Monkey's over there telling you. Anyway, y'all have a good afternoon. We will see you later.
Go
Peace.
Supersonics.
Stay classy, whackers.
Go Supersonics.